Hello viewers, it's SuperGT here once again. Now, in the last two videos we have had A class then B class, so now we have C class. Yes, you guessed it, well done. And through turn one, no contact actually, a couple of guys up the head there, but not myself, so that's a world record. Can we make it 2 turns in a row? Let's see. No, of course we can't. But that guy actually was the victim of his own collision there, so no worries with that guy there, as he has only succeeded in wiping himself out. And through this 90-degree right-hander, a bit of a mess up there between those guys, but luckily I get through it all. Now, something I have to admit here, I've admitted it before, but my knowledge of cars, or well, it's not my knowledge of cars, it's just that I can't be bothered to always look and do my own research on my own cars that I'm using. I don't always get the cars right that I'm naming. So in this case, it's a Pontiac Trans Am 87. But what I will say is, hopefully that's right. But what I will say, which can't be wrong, is it's a car. It's a black car. It's got 4 wheels, windows, and a rear wing. So as long as I describe cars along that kind of basis from now on instead, rather than their actual name, I might be alright. Perhaps I should go along those lines instead. So coming up the hill here at Rio, with the disappointment that I know literally no cars at all. Probably about 2 cars I know, maybe a Vauxhall Corsa, a Renault Clio, just the basic stuff. Anything more than that and my brain just gets fried basically. I don't know what I'm talking about. But coming through into the tricky narrow section here, the narrow street at the end of the Rio lap, we gained a position from that guy. These 2 guys making a bit of a hash of that entry section there. And into the last turn, I was going to turn in, but the Honda Civic kind of just goes flying up the inside. You know, fair enough, have the space, and I'll come back to fight you later. In 8th place now. We come around the long last turn at Rio. We've got 2 laps here, so let's see how many more positions we can gain. There's 1. Hopefully we can gain another 6 from here and win the race, although that is very unlikely. This car has decent-ish handling. It's kind of an all-rounder, I guess, but it just doesn't have the just the power really I need. It just needs a little bit more. It's good all-round, just needs that little bit more power. And into this turn, these 2 guys, well, one of them goes very wide. You're having to use the handbrake to kind of bounce off the wall at 90 degrees, or perpendicular, let's say. No, not perpendicular, parallel. You wouldn't want to go in perpendicular. That is the worst angle to go in. And then going into the tunnel, just getting my position back into my favourite position, where I always seem to end up hugging the inside there, which is testament to the handling of the car. I'm going 5th there, just around the turn here, so a good couple of seconds ahead. And as we move ahead, we've got 2 good battles here of 3 cars. The guy ahead has got it all wrong. Going down the hill, I wasn't sure where he was going to go, and I've almost gone into the tyre wall. The guy behind me has, oh my god, it's all kicking off here, what is going on? And he's come back sideways. This guy's spending more time sideways than facing forward. I don't know how he's doing it. And through this turn, he doesn't get a very good run, and I look up the inside, but he just covers it off, and I wasn't quite able to go past there. Into the last couple of turns, can I gain another position here? Let's see. The handling just get me round all right round that turn actually, so not too bad. Almost grazing the wall on the exit, but then we are into the final turn. We've got a couple of cars here very close, so 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th and 3rd within maybe 2 seconds of each other, so very close finish. But I'm at the back of that train, not quite able to go ahead. And oh my god, the Honda Civic, he's just got flipped over, got annihilated over the line there. Finishing 7th overall. Now we move to another C-Class race. Now once again, I'm not going to bother naming what this car is, just for fear of people in the comment section basically slating me for getting it wrong. So all I'm going to say is it's a car with 4 wheels, and it's blue and a bit of yellow on it. A couple of windows, a couple of lights as well, and it goes around the track. So that's my description of the car, and you can't actually complain that I got that wrong because, well, I didn't. So into this 90-degree right, we've got the guy on our left hand side there who was spinning down the hill in the last clip, and we're going to make contact through the turn, and on the exit clattering all the cones out of the way. Not the clones, they're clones of each other, but they are cones, or pylons as you say in America I believe, but we call them cones, so they're called cones. And then into this turn, getting a run on the Honda Civic once again. This car does have very good straight line speed, and then on the exit, look at that, almost 3 abreast. It's going to get very interesting into the last couple of turns. Up the inside of the Subaru, I'm going to clatter into the Honda S2000. Not quite. I'll get pushed on by the Subaru, so I'm just going to have to cut the track here and rejoin. I've lost maybe a couple of positions there. I'm going to actually no, I'm about where I was before, and I get pushed from behind into the guy ahead by the guy in a Volvo Estate. Now you don't see that every day. Getting pushed on around the final turn at Silverstone by a Volvo Estate. The handling of this car is pretty atrocious. I'm going to get nudged ever so slightly wide by the Mazda MX-5. The two guys ahead there, oh my god, they do not like each other. They are having a big battle there. The Volvo really forcing the Acura Integra there very wide. Actually, I should stop naming cars because that's every time I name a car, there is an opportunity for everyone in the comments to tell me that I'm wrong. Which I mostly am, but I should stop giving everyone ammunition for the comment section down below, as they say. So gaining on the Volvo now, and I've done it again, but that is a Volvo. I know it's a Volvo. I can at least get that one right. So I'm past him, the estate car. Don't know how that thing is so quick, but I do remember in the BTCC, or the good old British touring cars of the olden times, the Volvos were actually pretty decent. And into the final couple of turns here, and dive up the inside. This guy's kind of all over the place. Don't know what he's doing. Turning in on the braking zone. A big no-no in racing terms. And he's going to nudge me wide a couple of times. He really does not understand the etiquette of giving other people room. But I am finally through. Once again, look at that position that I'm in. I'm in there once again. And we go into turn 1. We've got 4 laps here in this race. I'm in the 3rd one, so we're beyond halfway mark. The handling of this car really not brilliant. Really not brilliant at all. So I'm going to have to go into this one. A very wide cut in. Actually, don't cut in at all. I'm going to go very wide. And the Volvo is going to get a good exit. I'm going to go side by side through this turn. He's actually learnt how to give me space. So well done to him for learning very quickly. And on this one, I'm going to go for the cut back move. And now I should hopefully nudge him off. Actually, I didn't want to hopefully nudge him off, but I did. I guess I was just caught out by the speed of my car. Slowing down in time just to let him recover. Then eventually using my speed down the straight. Getting passed by the Honda S2000 into Stowe Corner at the end of the Hangar Straight. What is going to emerge here? S2000 gets slightly sideways, which is going to give me a decent run on the exit, hopefully. It's turned into a 4-way battle here. We've got a 4-way battle up the front as well, or for 2nd up to 5th. Now, I lock up the inside wheel there as we go in, losing ever so slightly a small amount of time on the apex. I've got a guy just behind me then. Wasn't sure if he was going to go for a move into the final turn. I was expecting it because it is the Volvo driver there, and he has been doing that throughout this race. But then we go on to the last lap. What is going to emerge from here? I get quite excited and go over the curb there. Really does unsettle the car. Doesn't help you normally. Go sliding into this turn. Almost going to the back of the S2000. Just about avoiding him. And these two guys, I saw those proximity arrows go flying across. And that does not look like good news for those two. They have had a very big collision there. Wiping each other out. They could not quite keep it together. And someone ahead is very slow. So we are going to gain on one guy here. So 5th place is on as we go up the straight for the last time. I'm going to move up to the inside of the S2000. It's this guy once again who was drifting down the hill at Rio. What can we do into the Stowe Corner here? The Acura there actually gets really good drive around the turn. A really good car for this kind of class. For the lower classes, this car is really good. The Acura is. And then just about meeting the apex, and then meeting this one as well. But we aren't going to be able to get past the Acura on the exit here. Going slightly wide. Am I going to give him just enough room? I look back at kind of a wrong moment there, but just about keep 6th place as we cross the line. There we go, Mini Cooper there going very slow. Not sure what happened to those two guys at the end, the Mini and the Honda S2000, or the Honda Civic, sorry. But there we go, that is the end of the video, and that is the results page there. So it was a Monte Carlo that I was driving, a decent car, but I could probably work on the tune for that track at least. It wasn't really that suitable. But there we go, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did, subscribe if you'd like to see more like this, and I hope to see you in my next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.